looked great. Coordination was definitely there. Let's get onto the Rift here for our 4th game of the day. Life Esports taking on Cloud9. Cloud9's biggest test so far here in the KeSPA Cup will unfold here, but they have a lot of that core that they had in their previous game that looked so good. The Corki, the Rumble, and the Kiana. And let's see whether it's, especially Thanatos and Blabber can have another phenomenal performance. Try and shut down Zeus here on largely a more scaling option on the top side. Looking for this crab as it does spawn. Kanavi just going to be answering with a topside crab of his own. Takes the blast, going to get himself over there. And so it's all quiet here on Summoner's Rift as Blabber is looking to try and add some noise to it. There's the flash forward from Vulcan. Manages to get that heroic charge. Great stun out as Delight going to get first blooded here by Sven. Kuma trying to add some damage back, but not enough to actually get a kill. And C9 on the board.
And if the reaction wasn't there, if that vision wasn't there, maybe they could have gotten even more down on the bottom side. But like you said, Hanwha knew what was happening, reacted very well, and are totally fine. As Kanavi looking for an angle.
Yeah, there's the flash stun. APA in a lot of trouble here as the seismic shove does pull back this Pantheon as he finds the spear and evens up the scoreline.
A magnetic, it felt like, but striking back.
Instant answer here towards his bottom side as Delight is the target there. They're looking for steak for dinner, and I think they're going to be able to pick it up as Thanatos will roast it. That is medium rare, you could say.
All but still sets up as in live. We're having another gank on APA.
Yeah, APA once again in trouble. Empress Divide pulls him back, and the Pulverize throws him up towards the sky. The bouncy castle there for the Talia, and she is looking a little worse for where 0-2-0 now for APA.
This is a great game already here. Both sides kind of constantly at each other's throats as
Ooh. Yeah, heroic charge not quite doing enough work here as steadfast presence from Vulcan trying to control the battlefield, but Sven is just in no man's land, and that is going to be Feats of Warfare going over to HLE as Zeka picks up a kill.
Be able to get it. APA does have his Weaver's Wall. Zeka will not be able to come over and stop this, so the margin is relatively thin on this, but it will be a trade of objectives just the same.
Yep. They should all go over to HLE at the same time as the Ram does come on in. The equalizer goes down. Zeus could be in a bit of trouble. Meanwhile, another fight towards this mid lane as it's a 3rd death here for APA. And Zeus, he's just walking his way out. Vulcan trying to do the same thing, but I don't know whether he's going to be so lucky as Delight and Kanavi should be able to get some cooldowns back and make something happen. There it is, the bounce on over, and it's Delight that actually picks up the kill there, I think, with some trampling.
Actually going to get dove here as they want more than just a CS advantage.
Yep, Kanavi coming on down. Zeka also moving on in, has Empress Divide up once again. The equalizer, the teleport to bring the top laner over. Thanatos has joined as Kanavi looking to walk his way out. Equalizer going to be that red cup as Delight doesn't find the combo at all, and it's Blabber that locks down that kill. Now it's Kanavi that makes his way in, but backs out once again. Decent knock up there onto Blabber as Kanavi's over the wall one more time. Manages to lock him down. A great knock up onto Thanatos at the same time, but still gets so much damage. And now Vulcan in a whole host of trouble. Kanavi is just a monster on this Pantheon, and Zeka is getting all of these kills as a result.
C9 took, and it is definitely going to cost them 3,000 gold now, the deficit.
Yeah, that is a big one. Oh man, it was really awkward kind of watching APA trying to do damage, and then the heroic charge angle as C9 tried to sort of collapse mid-fight to try and capitalize on a misposition. Just didn't quite work. Zeus going to get burnt down to about 200 health. Thanatos really committing to this one as Kanavi going to make his way over as well, and Zeus is even able to turn around and help take down the Rumble on a gank against Zeus. He is pretty durable as Supreme Display of Talent does go entirely wide. Now Zeus is going to call the train, flashes, gets the double knockup. That was adorable. And now Kanavi makes his way in. Blabber is stealth for the moment. The Empress Divide comes down and HLE capitalize on some gorgeous play from their top laner to buy the time.
And sometimes if it looks like you have a pick like that, it almost feels too good to be true. It often is as Thanatos is looking for the play here, but Guma says no, drops that root down and will walk away. But they had the global of Kanavi's ultimate. They had Zeka with TP, finds the angle, and once again, Cloud9 look for a play and it backfires.
Yeah, the flash forward though here is Sven should be able to kill Gumushi. There he does, go down.
Your kill score, but it is definitely not going to do much for you in terms of moving the needle on the gold.
Oh God, in goes Zeka looking for that angle. That's a lot of damage, and down will go the Rumble. APA not offering too much back as now Vulcan moving his way over. Zeka realizing that he needs to try and find a way out of this one as Vulcan flashes on in, heroic charge. Fantastic, that is a kill going over to APA, finally on the board.
He will get experience.
It's not going to be the main character, it's going to be Zeka mainly, I have to feel. But also Gumayushi there on those sidelines, locking down targets and getting these pot shots that we know he's so incredibly good at.
Yeah, he'll get experience. He'll get those ornaments. As this is a desperate attempt again.
Yeah, they're looking for Guma. They do find the seismic shove. Fantastic little pick off here for C9 to remove a lot of that damage from HLE.
A really nice angle on, but it's a really heavy hope. As APA.
Fantastic knock-up. That is going to be the stun to follow as APA has to flash to get himself out of the way. Blast Cone to try and get to safety as the Ram doesn't find APA in the darkness, but there is the man drop, and it's Kanavi looking to take down Blabber. Supreme Display of Talent comes in, but down goes the Talia on the other side of the fight, and Vulcan will follow immediately. Zeka right on the edge of the Emperor's Divide, manages to collect a Corki as well, and HLE.
You have the ultimate of the Pantheon is, okay, this is potentially something.
Yeah, we do have a teleport coming in from Zeus. Zeka is going to be able to get an answering kill onto Blabber, though, as now we do have the eviction.
Their energy and resources might have been better spent trying to get that top turret, but they know Kanavi's ult's coming up, so if they commit there, maybe Kanavi gets a kill, and then they get Otacon anyways. It's a zero-sum game here.
Oh, the flash in from Vulcan with that heroic charge gets the flash out from Gumayushi. The equalizer is good and well placed here from Thanatos. The Emperor's Divide comes on through here from Zeka, who is in relative safety. Supreme Display of Talent to keep APA alive, and it is going to work. Seismic shove, fantastic, as it's Sven that locks down the kill. Now Delight taken down as well. A double for the Corki and HLE. It's all falling apart as C9 look for even more, and they'll at least get the Otacon.
Okay, this is a big win here for Cloud9. The pick on to Guma. Some of them this game haven't really led to anything, but this one, C9 has kept this game close enough, but HLE Esports need to be really careful because a lot of their eggs are still in this Azir basket, and if Zeka gets caught or picked off, same with Guma, who has gotten picked off quite a few times this game, C9 could just get right back in it.
Oh, speaking of getting back in it, they're looking for the opportunity as once again, the Poppy has found the Varus. That was very cute, actually deciding to go for Delight there, but you can see Kanavi finds a great angle onto Blabber towards the bottom side, and now APA not able to finish off this Pantheon, even though he flashes for it. The threaded volley just not going to be threading much of anything at all, and now Vulcan the one in trouble. Zeka will be able to find that kill as Gumayushi's actually the one to finish him off, and now C9 left without as many members on the Rift, although APA finds a good shove. The Unbreakable Will is going to be there from Delight, and he just wanders his way out. Sven, health bar still very, very high. Great knock up there onto APA as he may have overextended. It is Zeus falling down as now Thanatos gets exhausted. The headbutt doesn't quite get him over the wall though. Still HLE in a great position, and Thanatos not as tanky as he wants to be. Even though that health bar was high, it was not high enough, and that is an ace for HLE.
I mean, this is such an aggressive. He gets out, they commit even further, and now HLE Esports have this Baron. I just don't think there's anything C9 can do about it.
Well,
I think that was their last shot, and they missed it.
Let's see whether Blabber can find some sort of heroic steal. There is still an opportunity. Never mind, there's not really much of an opportunity as there goes the Baron. Kanavi locks that one down.
But if they were, let's say, 20% less gold behind, maybe they actually win that fight. Maybe that's the window back in. I've been really impressed with what this team has put together, but I think maybe last thread may be dying as Thanatos trying to bait something here.
Gumayushi possibly overextended, and there he will go down. That is Blabber grabbing that kill as Kanavi to try and turn up here. They're looking for a 4 versus 5, though. That is not exactly the best option, and by 4 versus 5, I mean 3 versus 3, or 3 versus 4. Guma does a lot of damage. As Blabber looking for a little bit of an angle. There is APA. Putting the wall in. Zeus and Kanavi separated now, but the train is going to be leaving the station. Double knock up there onto Thanatos and Sven as they're all flashing forward looking to take down the top laner, and down he will go indeed. The Rumble no longer on the Rift, and neither is this mid lane inhibitor for the next little while. 5 minutes on the clock for that one's respawn timer, and they can move towards the top lane if they want to take another one. But it looks like sieging these Nexus turrets is what HLE have in mind. With 2 now dead, 5 versus 3 feels pretty good for HLE to make this one happen as Kanavi gets on top of Blabber, and he just cannot win that 1v1. It's Guma that takes him down with a piercing arrow, and Emperor's Divide finds the rest of them. This is going to be the end of the game, and HLE, with this new look roster looking fantastic at the KeSPA Cup in their debut game.
Yeah, 30-minute game here. Very dominant win, but Cloud9 keeping it interesting throughout some of those really tough moments. But I gotta say, it's a different look here for HLE Esports, and the standout player for me that